What's up, hobby friends? The vlog video for this month is probably going to be pretty short. In terms of actually painting miniatures, I haven't done a whole lot this month. I'm still struggling with, and I hesitate to call it a painter's block because I have been productive, I have been painting. I just don't want to be painting miniatures, at least not in the small scale. I did paint up a kingpin and then a green goblin. So the kingpin is for the wave 4 of a Marvel commission for a client, and then Green Goblin is for my own spider foes. Just to try and sort of get those, or at least try to get those juices flowing. I think the Green Goblin itself was one of the bigger hurdles. He's a model that I'm not a particular fan of. It's an older sculpt, the details aren't quite as nice, aren't quite as crisp, and it was a bit of a challenge just working through the mechanics of it. I did find that after I started painting and I was like an hour or 2 hours in, that it was a lot easier just to actually put paint on the model, sort of go through the motions, and at least parts on the model were somewhat enjoyable, like working on the base and the smoke were great. The cloth was a lot of fun. I guess I just didn't enjoy the glider or the skin. Kingpin was good, very simple. I actually kind of want to pick one up for myself at some point down the road, but I've been working through my backlog of models, and I'm actually finding it's kind of ballooned again in terms of not just the commission work, but I guess this past month there were also the Night Haunt releases that I've picked up a few kits for, and then Horus Heresy being teased around the corner. I already have a list for sure. Getting that starter box, I have a Sanguinius and some Daredatos sort of saved up that I'm working on, and then I'm still trying to push through the Reanimator for Necrons. It's the last piece. I'm never going to play with it. Admittedly, I've only been painting it a couple of hours every week for the past few weeks whenever I go to the local game store for hobby. It's easy to paint in terms of not having to record anything. It's just a tabletop thing for an army. And I don't need a lot of paint, so I can just bring it back and forth. I guess at the time of recording, so this is a Monday, end of the month of May. So I'm going to try and get that done for this week, and then I'm also going to try and get 10 of the Craven Throne for my Night Haunt. And I guess the goal is to try and get all of the new Night Haunt editions completed before the Horus Heresy box comes out. So at least keep that backlog manageable. And then I need to plan out all of my Marvel models. I still have, I think, like 20, 25 from my own collection that need to be completed. Most urgently is the Black Order. I'm going to be participating in a painting challenge over the next 2 months for my local game store, and my goal is to paint all of the Black Order in the month of June and July. So I'll have Thanos, Ebony Maw, Proxima Knight, Corvus Glaive, Black Dwarf, and then there's the 2 new releases, Supergiant and Black Spawn. And I know they're not officially part of the Black Order, but I want to get Nebula and Gamora because they're the daughters of Thanos, and then go on from there. I think I have a couple of A-Force members as well that I want to paint, and I'll play it by ear. I guess in lieu of painting miniatures, just trying to be productive, I did work on a gaming table for myself. I will have a video later on this month that goes further in depth, sort of why I wanted this table, why I've sort of shifted away from using my subway board as often, and sort of a bit of my journey and my process through this urban board. But basically, what I've enjoyed about it is that it's a couple of big pieces in terms of the apartment, and then a lot of little pieces, but they're also simple pieces. So being able to print up something like a batch of jersey barriers or a couple of planters, paint those up within a day or two, and then get them on the table has been really enjoyable. Largely because they're simple pieces, they're not overly complex, not overly detailed, and then being able to play good games on a great looking table with them has really increased the immersion. It's got me fired up to play more Marvel Crisis Protocol, and all I want to do right now is just keep painting and adding more to that gaming table. If you're picking up that background noise, one of my cats is playing with paper, and I don't have the heart to take it away from him. He's enjoying it a lot. This has also meant that my content creation has also continue to be relatively slow. I did record Kingpin and Green Goblin. I guess Kingpin would have been released for May. So for the month of June, I'll have Green Goblin on my Patreon. And then I'm going to try and paint up X23 and Honey Badger. And then I'll try and paint one more for the Patreon. So I'll have the 4 videos, 1 per week. For my YouTube, in addition to the vlog, I'll have a video that covers my new Marvel table. I'll have a couple of quicker tutorials on painting some terrain, some scenery for my Marvel board. So I'll have the Jersey barriers. I'll have a quick one for doing some planters, and then some utility poles and telephone poles. And then if I can get my night hunt completed in this month, I'll try and record a video just covering my first impressions of the book, showing off my new additions that I'm adding to my collection. So it's All Rock, the Scriber Guy, and Craven Throne, which I speculatively bought, but then in the book they're not actually that good, so I kind of feel bad having them. And then I have to pick up and paint 10 hex rays, but because they are direct order only, I'm kind of stuck in terms of whenever my game store gets them in. I put the order in last week. I'll be able to get them, I'm hoping this week, so I can start building and painting them within the next week or two, but if not, it may push back that video to either the end of this month or more likely next month in July. I'll caveat now, I'm not playing a lot of Age of Sigmar, so most of my first impressions are just going to be very surface, sort of compare and contrast in terms of what I feel. The increase in relative power is the theme and narrative of the army, and then how I think the new army will play, what I like about it and what I don't like. And it's less so about firm, oh, this is good, this is not good, and here's how I think how powerful they are. It's not going to be that. I don't currently play enough Age of Sigmar to make that judgment. I think that's pretty much it. Bit of a rambly video, but I hope I'm able to, at least in my B-roll, throw up some cool turnarounds, videos, and pictures of stuff I've worked on, and just give you a sense of where I've been at for the past month, sort of the challenge I'm still struggling through, I'm trying to push through. And then because of, I guess, the release of Horus Heresy and then my growing backlog, I'm hoping to push through, and I really need to start being consistent in grinding models over the next few months if I need to, or if I want to stay on top of my backlog and still meet my deadline of no unpainted models by the end of the year. So thanks for watching. Thanks for listening to me ramble about my challenges, my struggles. If you enjoyed, give it a like. And if you want to follow my other social media platforms, I'll make sure to have links in the video description below. As always, until next time, happy holidaying.